That's right. The official sponsor of Highway 34 Connection, the podcast, is Dubby Energy, a clean energy to help you be better. Dubby Energy. Try it today. Hey everybody, it's the Chief along with Ghost and Insidious. I'm going to be stepping out here in just a minute because I have to head to bed, but I have to work in the morning. But they're going to discuss some conspiracy theories. On that note, you all have a great night, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.
And welcome back to Insidious Conspiracy Theories. Today we're going to do the 1966 lead mask case. This one here was put out by a Russian. He asked for it. Today we're going to do it. I do not know much about this, so we will be reading along and kind of bouncing off each other. I think Ghost will probably research it with me, and this is kind of cool because it's the first time we're actually Googling on the fly on something. This is not something that we have researched or anything, so we will actually be on the fly going through it, and you will be hear us talking about it, getting our thoughts about it, all at the same time. Ghost, anything you want to say? Don't you do it. No.
Nope. Nope. No. No. No.
Okay, fine. Get it out. Just get it out.
No, it's all right. So,
He really wants to get it out.
Shut up. 1960s. It's the lead mask case?
Yes.
All right. Lead mask cases follows a series of events which led to the death of two Brazilian electronic technicians.
I messaged Hugo to let.
Since he doesn't have the balls to say it, I'll say it. Damn milkshakes. Watch this.
I bet he's got to go pick up his wife. Sorry, I will continue this. Anyways.
I'll stay here for a minute.
I'm waiting to find out. I messaged Dayrush to let him know. Okay, I think he just popped in. Hey, Rush, is that you that just popped in? I guess I'm not. So anyways, I'm going to get into this right now. So like I said, this is the first time I've done this on the fly. I have done no research at all. So you guys will be learning this as I do and as Ghost does. So this is an actual unsolved mystery of the lead mask case from 1966. Shit. Took me to YouTube. I did not want YouTube. So give me a second. Bear with me.
Well, he's figuring that out, ladies and gentlemen. The email on your screen, you can send us questions if you want them to be a part of the 6 categories from the new series Versus. It's coming out next month. That involves 3 of us answering questions against each other. If there's a conspiracy theory that you want us to go over, my thoughts on a pro wrestling situation, anything, you can email us that. If we're doing a Honest 50 segment and you see on our socials or on my socials that there's someone in the stream that you want to ask a question, you can either be in chat and ask it, or you can send it to me at that email address, or on Facebook at Chief Highway 34, or on Instagram at Chief Streaming. With that, I'm gonna head out because I have to work in the morning. You all have a great night, and Russian on Twitch, thank you for suggesting this. And there's only part 1. Part 2 will be tomorrow night. Y'all have a great night.
Depends how
Possibly.
far it goes. You were muted, Ghost. All right.
Oh.
So what did you find out?
What?
Oh, you were on the phone. I figured you had to go get your wife or something.
No. Awesome go show. Yeah, my wife called. I had to give her. I had to want to make sure that we had clean dishes for her to cook later tonight. I said I already did the damn dishes. I'm like,
So, anyways, this is on August 20th, 1966. A young man was flying a kite on Ventum Hill in the suburb of Rio de
Janeiro.
Yeah.
Rio de-
Yeah, something.
Say that again. I want that again.
Janeiro.
Seriously?
Janeiro. What? I could say Jericho.
Seriously? Say that again.
I'm not saying it again.
This is coming from the ghost. To all the younger people generation, stay in school. Don't turn out like this.
Hey,
Facts.
suck my dick. When he spotted the bodies of 2 men farther up the
And don't
hill,
listen to him. He always
Yeah.
likes sucking them off.
so does the chief. He practices being on his knees.
Chief.
I'm trying to go to bed. Shut up.
I mean,
Chief has a P.O. box last time I checked. I don't know if he still does.
reported the matter to the police.
No, I don't. But
No.
hey, Russian, you know where the hell I work.
Okay. Now, interesting. Back at the story hand. He reported the matter to police, who weren't able to reach the bodies until the following day due to rough terrain.
Hey, what happened? I can't hear either one of you.
Bizarre scene. The 2 men were stretched out side by side, dressed in matching formal suits, covered by raincoats, and most perplexing of all, lead masks. They veiled their eyes, while some accounts describe these lead masks as a kind of used to protect against radiation. Other sources indicate that they were quite different in design. Protective masks typically cover the whole head, while with goggles or in close sight slits. These homemade masks were more like lead blindfolds that completely covered the eyes but left the rest of the face exposed. While wearing them, it would have been impossible for the men to see anything. The pair was identified as Manuel Perea de Cruz and Miguel Jose Viana. Alongside their bodies, authorities found a water bottle, 2 wet towels, and a notebook. The notebook contained a list of parts and other information related to their occupation as electric technicians. One page, however, contained cryptic instructions that seemed to relate to their mysterious deaths. 1630 be at the specific location. 1830 ingest a capsules after the effect. Protect metals. Await signal mass.
Interesting.
There were no signs of trauma, no evidence of struggle, and no obvious cause of death for either of the men. In spite of references to ingesting capsules, toxicology reports were not run on the bodies. The reason, according to reports, the coroner was simply overwhelmed with work at the time. Police who had no particular reasons to suspect foul play did not push the matter. Okay, this is where we stop reading for a minute. Why did they not suspect foul play? Ghost?
So I was reading along the times you were. There are multiple theories that have been proposed to explain the case, ranging from foul play to UFOs. One theory revolves around the testimony of a friend of the two men who claimed that they were members of a group of scientific spiritualists. The men were apparently attempting to contact ETs or spirits using psychedelic drugs. Believing that such an encounter would be accompanied by blinding light, the men cut the metal masks to shield their eyes and may have died of drug overdoses. This account is corroborated by the historic diary entry found at the scene and by the mask making materials and the literature concerning spirits found at the men's homes.
Well, I get
if
what
it was
we're reading,
overdose,
but
it'd be an accident.
what I want to understand is why did they instantly so quick to disprove foul play? You know what, Chief? I'm going to come over there and SWAT you because you told me I couldn't talk about it.
Did they? You know what? Russia has a good question. Why didn't they run toxicology reports? Did they have
He
those
just
really
said.
available back then?
See, that's what I was thinking. I don't think so. Not 1966. Actually, let me look that up real quick. That is an interesting question. Not even I know the answer to that.
I mean,
So let me hold on. I'm looking that up. Actually, it came in 1853.
what?
Yeah, it started in 1853.
18.
Yeah. So yeah, they could run toxicology. But he said it was due to him being overbooked. That was what I just read. I'm gonna smack him, man. I'm telling you. Okay, so what I read was, oh, I'm trying to find it. Toxicology reports were not run on the bodies. The reason, according to reports, the coroner was simply overwhelmed with work at the time. Police had no particular reason to suspect foul play, did not push matters. Investigations performed by journalists, both professional and amateur, revealed that the men might have been members of a scientific spiritualist collective. Paranormal group was apparently popular among local electronic technicians. One account suggests that another technician had died some 4 years earlier atop of a different hill under similar circumstances. He too was found wearing a lead mask. So, other sources said that the spiritualist community would ingest psychedelic drugs to aid in their communication attempts. This led to many to conclude that the two men who died on Bentham Hill perished from accidental drug overdose, adding fuel to the fire of speculation. Local newspapers ran stories a few days after the bodies were found in which residents claimed to see a round orange UFO hovering over the hill on the same night that the men had been there. So, what the two men hoped to accomplish that night on Bentham Hill will likely never be known, whether their deaths were the result of a drug overdose or contact with otherworldly they left behind a mystery as strange as the as any you'd likely find, and one that baffles skeptics and believers like this today.
Hmm.
So that's all they have on it.
I know. For something
It,
that got so much attention, very, 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 very little news is about it.
yeah, and
I mean, that's a conspiracy in and of itself. Why?
yeah.
If you
So
have,
here's what I want to do right now. Actually, I want to look up something else. I'm going to add into this. Okay. Um, so really, so apparently, let's say for an example that this was a murder or a serial killer, correct?
Mhm.
Why did they stop?
Maybe they dug into some. Who said they did?
There's no other signs. There's no other murders. Nothing like that. Normally, a psychopath or a killer uses the same MO, never
Right.
changes.
Hmm.
So why'd they stop?
If it was just these two,
Yeah, I
if it
can't
was
find
just
anything.
one setting, maybe they figured hey, we got away with it. We don't want to go back.
Well, let me find out. Actually, this could make something up here. Maybe I'm just looking at this wrong. Oh,
Marks or wounds on the body. Well, doesn't that just point more towards it being an overdose? If there's no marks.
well, well. Here's something to think about. This is a list of the killed and politically disappeared people during the Brazilian military dictatorship. It brings together the political dead and disappeared in Brazilian military dictatorship of 1964. The murders of disappearing of opponents of the military regime in Brazil were investigated by the National Truth Commission, by state truth commissions, by human rights entitles, and by victims' own relatives. In various investigations, there is discrepancy in numbers of deaths and missing persons. Computed the CNV in its final report, 434 political deaths disappeared between 1946 and 1968, of which a majority occurred during the dictatorship, including a list of the cases found.
Hold on, I'm going to ask a Russian's question. Not necessarily. Some overdoses are quick. They don't necessarily all rowl in pain. Sometimes they'll just it doesn't necessarily all have to be rowling in pain. They could be quick. It just the drugs makes you sleepy. You pass out, then you die. So yeah, there's been so many cases where overdoses aren't necessarily agonizing and painful.
And what were their names again?
Let's see, I got it. Manuel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel Jose Viana.
All right, that'll work. Give me a second.
And since I know for a fact I am butchering this,
Oh, I'm sure I did too.
okay. So this is from Wikipedia, so I don't know it. It's just going to show the images of the two that we're talking about. So Miguel Jose Viana and Manuel Pereira de Cruz. These are the two people that we're talking about.
Well, it's just kind of weird that we have all these people that have disappeared.
You can overdose on NyQuil.
Yeah, well, Lily.
I mean, you can overdose on anything.
Well, LSD wasn't
I mean,
per se. It was probably something else. See, I was wondering the same thing. That's what made me think serial killer is the fact they were covered in a tarp, as in like a spiritual meaning behind it. So when you look at the stuff like that, you start looking at the nature of the cause. Why was it like that? So that's what I'm not understanding. It's like somebody really cared about them to try to preserve the bodies as best as possible. Using the raincoats and the mask is kind of a way to preserve. But why?
Respect to the body?
I don't know. What I read, they weren't covered in a tarp. They had raincoats over them. Is that what you had, Ghost?
I did not read that part. Sorry. I didn't see that. Covered. He said covered in a tarp.
With a question mark.
Oh. I see that.
I'm going to say what I read was raincoat. Both of them had a raincoat dropped over them and the mask over their eyes. Which it don't even show the picture of the mask, which concerns me. Because I'm trying to mentally view this thing and I just can't. And I'd like to see a picture of it.
The only thing it shows is them wearing the things over their eyes. The lead mask is what's on their eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the lead mask.
It's like sunglasses. So what's the point? I'm failed to understanding it.
We obviously need to do more homework on this.
I mean, what's there really to understand? I mean, we can't really do any homework because there is none. See, I wondered that if they weren't made by themselves.
What, the masks?
Yeah, because they fit their noses perfect. Like they were meant to fit. So if they did OD, let's say he's right. Let's say you're right and they did OD.
Mm-hmm.
And they laid themselves down on the ground and let their body just limp to death with those things over their eyes. May not be a murder at all. Might be a form of suicide.
Oh, yeah. Because they were resting next to each other. It really well could have been.
That would be the trench coats to keep them warm before they die.
Yeah. Because it says here on this website it's a waterproof coat. So,
Yeah, that's what they had listed as a raincoat.
Yeah. No signs of trauma, no struggle. Police found an empty water bottle and a packet containing 2 wet towels. I mean,
But
yeah.
I'm trying to hint the 2 wet towels. Chloroform, maybe?
If there's chloroform, they said they would have found it.
Hell, they didn't even run a toxicology.
You don't need to run a toxicology on a towel.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Because towels. I
But
mean,
why wouldn't you run it?
I think it's a different term when you're getting off some toxicology.
Well, what I'm saying is, they didn't run toxicology on the body. Why would they run it on the towels? Why would they run any forensic analysis on the towels?
If it was chloroform, then they could have breathed it in themselves to help with the suicide.
Exactly. But it didn't say where they found those towels.
Next to the bodies.
Next, but not on the face. So,
Right.
if this was a spiritual thing, or like they said, a cult of some sort, maybe they had help. It was a sacrifice.
Well, wait a minute. Because, or if you put it over your face like this, you pass out, and you do this, the towel could easily fall next to you.
But then you should wake up due to the fresh air.
The chloroform already done its job. It doesn't take that long to make you pass out from chloroform.
But why pass out?
Because, like, you're okay. So if you had like this, and then you're already, it's really easy. That's not rocket science.
But why?
You have a source, but you all have to listen to a podcast.
Yeah. I don't want to do a podcast on somebody else's theories.
Chloroform does have an aroma. But the question is, if it was raining, maybe the aroma would have washed it away.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, it still would have been dried into the towel. The chloroform. I don't know. I mean, it could be a suicide, could be an overdose, accidental death, but
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. But I don't see a part 2 needed. If it's a cover up, I'm not seeing it on this one. I'm seeing along the line of suicide at most. I'm not really seeing a cover up on this. Ghost, you?
the only way I would say it would be a cover up. Cover up is, what would they gain out of it?
See, that's where I'm trying to figure out. Like, I would need to know more about these guys rather than they're an electrician.
What do you get out of a cover up for something like this?
No, I don't think. Like I said, as of right now, I'm leaning towards suicide at most.
But either way, I can see why the authorities said no foul play.
But what I need to do, let me do something. So as of right now, I am okay. So they made now I'm unconvinced.
Part.
Says there they made a living repairing televisions. I'm going to go off a simple suicide on this. I don't think there's much really to go on this one. I'm just unconvinced that it was murder. I'm leaning more towards suicide because they worked on TVs. I mean, I'm normally pretty good at picking stuff apart, but
Do you think it was a suicide, or do you think it was accidental?
I'm going to go with suicide on both counts. Probably if they were part of a spiritual group, like they said, it could be using themselves as a sacrifice for something. Fuck, for all we know, it's a form of the Blair Witch, man.
Now there's a.
Yeah.
You heard it say it's Blair Witch tomorrow.
We got plans for tomorrow. But this one here, I don't know. A-Rush, explain why you highly doubt it. Because I have nothing that screams cover up. Nothing. Oh. Hold this thought.
Chief, go to bed. You have to work in the morning.
Isn't what I asked. Isn't what I asked.
What did you ask?
Um, all right, I'm going to message this to you because I'm not saying it over here just because I don't want to be an asshole.
Insidious, he wants to know what. No, I see it. It looks pretty good. I actually like it. Good job. Oh, what did you want to? What did you ask Insidious?
I'm not saying it on here, but I'm going to send it to Ghost and then I'll send it to you, A-Rush, and you'll know what I mean.
What's the question?
Yeah, I tried to ask it in Google, and it's given me everything but what I want. So just hear me out for a second.
Aye.
All right, Michael, sent that to you. Chief, sending it to you because you wondered why. And A Rush, sending you
Where'd you send it?
Facebook.
Now I'm actually going to bed. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Oh. And you're afraid to ask that?
A little bit. Why don't you try and Google that and see what you get? Everything but that answer. Everything.
It wasn't really a punishment though in America. I mean, it was
Not-
frowned upon, but it
But
wasn't
that's
considered.
Brazil. That's Brazil, not America.
Oh yeah, good point. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm confused. I'm tired.
So I tried to Google that and I got nothing but facts that had nothing to do with the penalty of it. Because during that time there was a political battle about it, but it never said what the punishment was. Because that would have been a time frame where people were getting punished for
what
that.
year was this?
1966.
1966.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I'm reading right now that Brazil was actually the first country in the New World to legalize it, and
I'm calling bullshit.
it's been legal since 80 since yeah.
Please do, because I think I just dropped a big one.
What?
Bombshell.
Yeah, well, I just read that it's not the way in Brazil. It was legalized in 1830, so that's no.
I don't buy that.
I'm reading it.
I still don't buy it. And you know why I don't buy that? Because what's the first thing that pops up beside it? On all those searches, what's the first thing that pops up?
Portuguese Penal Code and British Buggery Act of 1533.
No. Give me it. I'll show you.
Insidious.
Yep. Well, they said another hill, but they didn't say exactly where. So that is what I've been trying to find as well. And there, I can't find anything. It just says another guy. So I don't know who the other guy is or if it's made up. So I can't clarify that that even actually happened. Now, if they had a name to go along with these guys, that's why I really didn't bring it up. Because without a name, it's almost hearsay. You know what I mean?
Well, this whole thing is hearsay because we have no one to talk about.
So
Oop.
hold on. I'm gonna
Insidious. Good call. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Hodge twins. Yeah. Love those guys. Those guys are freaking awesome. But what?
All right.
It's covered in the news article in Rio de Janeiro in a small space, but oddly was never further investigated. Interesting. Womanly believed because
Okay.
the guy who died had only one surviving family member who was special needs. Special needs. Yeah, that's a conspiracy for another day.
That's what I'm saying. You can't find nothing on the guy himself. They just say he was there. So it almost makes it irrelevant. All I know is I have tried to find so much stuff that could lead into tons of things, and I'm not knowing. Hmm.
Well, if it blew up, did it blow up because maybe they made a mistake and or was it sabotaged or like
Maybe that's what they took.
Who's they?
The two. See, I cannot find who this other guy was. It just brings up the two. You ask, well, who's the other guy's name? It brings up nothing. And it calls them UFO hunters. But where did they come up with that theory? Yeah, but where was that in the original articles? All these are other journalists. Police hasn't released anything about that. Just journalists. So for all we know is these journalists are the ones coming up with these theories, just like we're doing right now. So in all actuality, we don't really know a damn thing.
Do we ever?
Like I said, it's one of these things here where you can open mind it, give your opinion, and that's really all you can do. Because in the long run, you really don't have nothing.
All right.
See, now you caught my interest.
How did you find the name?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I will be looking this up.
You want to pay for it? And Celia says he's readily.
If you're paying, let's do it. But just know, we go to Brazil, chances are we ain't making it back, my friend.
Oh, bullshit.
In this day and age, tell me I'm wrong.
Knowing how tough you are and how tough I am, and me and you don't put up with shit, we'll be fine.
Yeah, you know how close you are to other areas where they don't exactly like us?
You're talking about the Portuguese. You're not talking about this cartel.
We're the most hated at the moment.
Is that because we have a douchebag in the president's cell? That has nothing to do with us.
Let me see.
They have Favelila. Oh! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, per a Russian, the chief is the one that's going to be financing our trip to Rio de Janeiro. Chief, thank you. You are such a gracious host. The chief is. So, Highway 34 will be taking an international trip to Brazil, and we will get the truth behind this matter. You know, we really should start with that. Like, get go around town, go around our area with like a news hat on, and say, "Yeah, we represent Highway 34 Connections. We want to do an interview with you." We could add some stuff to that. You know what I mean? Yeah, get a press badge or something.
All right, I'm definitely going with my original idea here, accidental death.
Now it's accidental. Now it's no longer suicide.
Well, here's the thing. Check this out. Says here, up the hill the next day, police found the dead men previously described. Near them was an empty bottle of mineral water, two wet towels, a notebook, including translated from Portuguese. 4:30, be at the specific location. 6:30, ingest capsules. After the effect, protect metals, await signal mask. The men also had receipts for raincoats, which they had, and for the water bottles and small amount of money on them. Adding to the mystery, in addition to the cryptic note, the notebook also had a list of electrical parts, which some have speculated were encrypted codes, though the evidence at hand appeared to be they were simply part numbers used by the men over the course of their day job. Although the note identified capsules, the police found none, presumably indicating if they existed, the men had consumed them. Unfortunately, or more like fortunately for those advocating an alien or supernatural cause of death, no toxicology tests were done on the bodies. So, what, if anything, the two men ingested is unknown. Cause of death, however, was determined to be cardiac failure. Like I said, accidental death. During their investigation, police spoke with, there's the third guy, a friend, who told them they were they were all a part of a group of scientific spiritualists compromised of nearly all electronic specialists, another district, who experimented in various ways. For example, months before, they and Alicio had built some type of device in Manuel's garden in an attempt to contact Mars. They were unsuccessful and the device exploded. This event was corroborated by Father and others who reported the experiment as well as similar, but more spectacular event on June 13th, 1966. Numerous witnesses reported an explosion on the beach, the state just northeast of Rio, rock buildings as far as 15 kilometers away. Local fishermen also witnessed the event. They reported that a flying saucer was seen falling into the sea. Alicio also spoke of this event to investigators and he claimed that it followed an international meeting between members of the Spiralatra Group and UFOs, claimed that it visited with them for about 5 minutes. It left with a blinding flash and large explosion. Okay.
What do I think about what? I had to use the restroom, so I really didn't catch everything.
Interesting.
Bro, I'm sorry. I can't help it. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Shit. Well, I did catch. I mean, I can see where Insidious is getting from. I mean,
Okay, check this out. In any event, when investigators searched Miguel's workshop, they found tools and lead scraps used to make the masks, which in truth were less masks and more eye covers, crudely cut from thin sheets of lead, leaving the rest of the face exposed. And a book with passages about intense luminosity highlighted, presuming being the reason the pair wore the lead eye shields.
Mm-hmm.
Authorities also determined that the handwriting on the cryptic messages found on the scene of their deaths belonged to neither one of the victims, rejecting the supernatural theories but put forth by Alicio and other locals. Police floated the possibility that Miguel and whatever his name is were involved with smuggling electronics equipment, which had been difficult to come by in Brazil at the time. So they put the mask on, but I'm unconvinced. I think they were nuts in their head, possibly.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, Andy, how are you? So it says here, the men may have been trying to carry on a telepathic experiment with high frequency thought waves with LSD 25 or mescaline. However, deaths from LSD are extremely rare, and when they do occur, it usually when it is taken with alcohol, triggered a heart attack, stroke, or respiratory failure. There is no evidence that the men were drinking anything but water at or before death. Nevertheless, UFOs are spirits, hypothesists, wouldn't die.
Hypothesis.
Whoever, don't care, wouldn't die, particularly given the number of witnesses to alleged UFO events. So, in other words, we have two dead guys and glasses on, or whatever you want to call them, and nobody has a fucking reasoning. Okay, there we go. We do have a name of the third guy, the actual other death now.
What's it drinking on?
Hi, Clockworks Happy. We're talking about the 1966 lead mask case. So it says here, Hermas was reported to have found dead on Marrero something, Cruzeiro, also in the state of Rio. A lead mask was found near Hermas' body as well. In the end, it seems likely that whatever was consumed capsules probably caused the men's death. Whether intentionally or not isn't clear, though given the men took the time purchased raincoats, it was raining at the time, one would think they didn't go to the hilltop intending to leave their bodies behind. Else, why would they care if they got wet? Whatever the case, as for the lead mask, this appears to have been worn simply to shield their eyes from the intense, whatever Ghost has to say about that one, of the spirits they were seemingly on the hilltop to see. So, you doing any drink combos? Can I do a song request?
Oh, no. Oh boy. Hey,
So, I'm really kind of confused on this one, to be honest. They're saying accidental death, possible UFOs. I'm switching my thought from possible suicide to accidental death.
play Crazy Train by Ozzy. Of Age Wet Walnuts, so Supernatural is my favorite show.
Welcome. Though this one here is kind of supernatural, believe it or not.
Call the Winchesters?
Might need them for this one.
All right, give me a second. Does that count?
This deal forever. Well, actually, we could call him because we might need some help on this one. We're at a rock and a hard way place here. This one here is definitely out the. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this one, really. You know what? That might be actually a topic for tomorrow. I might actually get into is the Area 51. I'm just unconvinced, man. I like UFO story, but this one here is far fetched for me. It seems like these guys were just really freaking crazy, in my opinion.
Ow.
I mean, I do want to get into UFOs, though.
Oh, good Lord. You do know a UFO just means unidentified flying object. It does not necessarily mean alien. I mean, you can have the military trying to brand new equipment in a hot air balloon that's a UFO.
Well, I want to get into why it is the way it is. Hey, how's it going? Hey, glad to have you. And yeah,
hey, look at this.
Yeah, today we were doing the curious case of the lead mask deaths in 1966. And let me tell you, that one there is a weird one. And I thank you, A. Russian, for bringing this up. It is a talking point. It really is, because I am really confused on this. And it's really got me confused because I want to say accidental death on both these guys. For those of you just joining in, they were found on a hill and they had lead mask on their eyes. And Ghost, go ahead and pop that back up there so they can kind of get the idea. So these two guys were found on a hill, and both of them were found with lead masks.
And by lead
Well, by
masks,
mask
hold
masks,
on.
I mean they were just
By lead
eye
masks, they
shields.
were like more like eyes. Hold
Eye
on.
shields. Just go over to images. It should pop them up there.
Yeah, it will. Give me a second.
So that's kind of what they look like. Is they're just lead masks, and I figured they had to have made them, but the first article I read didn't give that, and so I ended up reading this other article that I have now, and it actually goes in and said they found the scraps, they found where they were made, but they said that they had adjusted some capsules, and it is weird that they found another case 2 years prior to this where the guy took a capsule and he also had the lead coverings. So they know they're connected. They just don't know how or why. But what I want to know is, and why didn't the cops investigate any of the members?
What do you mean?
On any of these other members of this group?
Who's to say they didn't?
Well, because I'm not finding that. I see
well,
where they
you understand
interrogated
something.
the best friend.
Just because something isn't written down doesn't mean they didn't do it.
Okay, sure. Ask a question. Go ahead. What's your question?
As long as it's not about a certain topic.
As long as it's not about music, because I can't do that due to copyright claim. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love Ozzy. Mama, I'm Coming Home is probably my favorite. Well, I'm from Iowa. We're both from Iowa, closer to the Missouri border. Ha 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 ha. Cradle of Filth. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes, I do love me some Cradle. Hallowed Be Thy Name. The remake was freaking amazing. He is talking on
one of our YouTube channels.
Yeah, we also have a guy over here in Twitch who's also following in. I would love to, but I can't due to copyright claim. All right. So does anybody else have any other questions for us? But my ruling on this one here is probably definitely accidental death, probably on all three. That ain't happening, brother.
Andy, do you want us to go home with our ears attached to our heads? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to subscribe. I'll be back in with tomorrow. I think I'm going to do Area 51 maybe. I have some other ones in mind as well.
Here you go. No, you do not.
No.
No, you do not.
No. No. Like I said, conspiracies are what? Listening to podcast. I'm doing a podcast. Why would I listen to somebody else's podcast?
He wants to get more information on this.
I mean, I could dig up more information is what I'm doing now, but I'm going to have to rest my case here. I mean, it's kind of cut and dry here. I keep reading and reading and reading, and I keep.
Well, what else is there to do in Wyoming? Uh,
Oh man.
I'm joking, Andy. I am joking.
I mean, I'm not pretty big. I did sing in my Christmas podcast. If you want to check that one out, you can. That's on Twitch. So I do have that one on there, but Insidious does not sing in public.
Nope. No.
Um,
And he does that for your benefit, not his.
hey, Ghost.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's something to get into.
Well, I could talk about the giants that were created when angels hybrided with man. Does that count?
Conspiracy, not facts. I told you this is not a facts. It's conspiracy theories. These facts.
If technically, religion can be conspiracy because it can't be technically all proven.
Technically, the Bible's been proven multiple times.
I agree, but that doesn't change the fact that not everyone would go with that.
We could bring it up, and maybe that's a conspiracy for another time. But I do want to get into aliens here soon. As soon as I get a good topic. But Area 51 is probably a place I'll start. Oh, Ghost. Switching gears. You started it.
What?
You've started it.
What? I've never heard of what?
I think we're talking about the fallen angels part. And the, yeah.
Well, I don't really want to do a religion sermon. I mean, I'm trying to avoid that, but...
small. Just cut to the point. That's all you gotta do. Just cut to the point. Just cut straight to the facts, man. That's all you gotta do.
All right.
Just cut right to the facts. That's really it.
Okay. There has been stories of... I just went over there. Ever heard of the story of the Nephilim? The Nephilim were, according to the Bible, if you even believe, if you are a Christian, if you don't, it's okay. All right, the Nephilim were now before God, after the fall, God put angels around the earth to be as watchers. These watchers, instead of deciding to watch, decided to actually come down, and they lusted over human women. No offense, but that's awesome. No, it's none taken. You know what? Freedom of religion. We believe in freedom of religion in this podcast. So the story goes that the angels mated with human females, and the Nephilim were half man, half angels. They were huge, especially for that time. 8 to 10 feet tall, they say, and for that time frame, that's a pretty tall person. I mean, the average height back then when people was like 5 feet tall. So, yeah, that's the story of the Nephilim. They were considered hybrids. They were monsters. Stuff in that nature. And Andy, yeah, I take no offense. You know, we welcome. This isn't our religious channel. We welcome everybody with all races, religions, backgrounds. We're all good with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't frown on anybody. That's why we're here. It's a conspiracy podcast, and we have fun doing this stuff. And
but Andy, the only thing we do ask is that you respect others that may have different, points of view about it. And again, that is your that's your beliefs. But yeah, we just ask that you respect others, uh, and not breed hatred about it. That's all we're gonna go with, and yep.
But Satan alone is a different creation.
Didn't we? Were we just talking about a podcast not too long ago about that school?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that school. What was it? In Ohio that welcomed some form of Satanism at the school.
Yeah. That was actually on a rant video we did.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't much of a conspiracy, more of a rant.
Whatever. How about your favorite restaurant? Ha! Texas Roadhouse. When I can afford it.
Um,
I think Insidious said his was Outback. So Hugo, your vote. Which is better, Texas or Outback? Ha! I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, go there at least once a month. Well, lucky you. You can afford it. You probably live next to one. I don't. I got to travel 2 hours if I want to go to one. Fucking ass.
fair enough.
I mean, if I could. I mean, if I did have an Outback, I'd go here in this town. I'd go there. I mean, I'm not saying Outback is bad. I mean, hell, I'll go to an Outback.
Hmm.
Well, then you go to one once a month. Well, I guess he travels. Now I want to go to Texas Roadhouse. Son of you suck. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Favorite fast food restaurant. Ugh.
So, anybody else have any questions?
Well, unfortunately, we need to eat.
Don't ask me. I'm a meat eater. I don't eat rabbit food.
You heard shots in the distance. Well, yeah, that's your problem. You went to Chicago. That's like no brainer. You should have known better. Oh boy. Which part? Oh boy.
No.
He won't last 5 minutes.
Hey, Rush.
He pisses many people off.
Hey, Rush. You don't know me very well. I'm not a people person, bro.
That's not true. You
No,
are.
I'm
You're,
not.
you're a
Why do you
giant teddy.
think I work
You're a
in the
giant teddy
cold?
bear.
Why do you think I work in the cold? I hate people. I avoid people like the fucking plague.
And yet you hang out with me and Chief almost on a daily basis.
On here, you're not in front of me,
Oh.
except through a computer screen.
So what? So you're telling me if the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, I can't invite you over here for a Super Bowl party?
I'll be at work more than likely.
Yeah, I know he's not wrong. but
A circle of protection to your crops. Oh, we're gonna go here tonight.
oh, good lord. Well, in that case, hey, Russian, quick question. Why is the milkshake machine at McDonald's always broken?
Like I
Oh,
told you, lazy motherfuckers, man.
I mean, that's the reason I brought that up because I showed the guys about this. To the guys about this crazy woman freaking out because the milkshake machine was broken at the McDonald's for I think a year and a half, and she always wants a freaking chocolate milkshake. Oh, favorite fast food restaurant. Ooh, man, I haven't been in.
McDonald's has to have one opened to do that.
I haven't had a Jack in the Box in over a decade. Oh man, I missed that one. Wendy's is. You know what? I just went to a Wendy's just not too long ago, and I'll be honest, I was not a happy camper.
So you make magic wands. I'm gonna guess you're a warlock, Andy.
I'm not Panda Express. I'm not a big. I mean, I'll eat Chinese food, but it's not really my place to go. So I'll be honest. I think I've only went to a Panda Express maybe once in my life. I'm just not a big fan.
And Ghost, look at your phone.
Interesting.
Soap ain't bad. Yeah.
Oh, so where was it? What Wendy's? The Wendy's I think was the one that was at Oski. I don't know. I mean,
you want to know what my favorite soap is? I mean,
I don't know. What is
yeah.
it? Fast food.
My favorite fast food restaurant isn't really a fast food, but I am. If you ever go to Chicago, go to the Latin Kings restaurant.
Nice. I mean, around here though, I usually go to Burger King's or Sonic's. To be honest with you, is it the best?
The Latin Kings restaurant have a killer fucking burger.
Yeah.
And they're not. And I repeat, they are friendly.
Yeah, I'm from Motown.
And so am I, unfortunately.
It's okay.
My favorite soap, I don't have one. I use body wash mostly. And it's between Axe and Old Spice.
Maharishi? Nope. I ain't nowhere near that place.
Hey, that place might be weird, but they got some sexy wild bitches.
That because they're crazy as AF, man. I know this because both my sisters went there, and they were not the same as when they got out.
I don't know. I fucked a couple of them. I would know. I'd take a buddy there every day.
Wait, you fuck my sisters? Holy shit! I gotta talk to them now.
No, probably not your sisters, but well, they might have been. Fuck, I don't know. That's been years ago, man. There were some chicks that were there. I took a buddy up there when he was doing security and his car was broke, so I had to take him up there. And let me tell you, they get a little freaky, especially at 5 a.m.
Why are we talking about soap?
That wouldn't surprise me. Hence why he's crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he actually did. I have a question for you, Ghost. And Andy or anybody else that wants in on this question, feel free. What do you think about means we got into conspiracies and stuff like that tonight. This is kind of a conspiracy theory. YouTube, really?
Yep, because everything on YouTube is true.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say
Anyway,
this.
the science religion.
Which one? Scientology, Christian Scientists.
Right
Which
there.
one?
Scientology.
Well, there's so many different kinds. Are you talking the atheist ones, the Christian ones, the?
I don't know. I only know whatever the one freaking Tom Cruise and all the other ones are into.
Oh,
The
that one.
Martin.
Okay, go ahead. What?
No, I always want to know what your thoughts of it were.
To me, it falls in the category of freedom of religion, man. Everyone has their entitlement
Yeah,
to
but
believe
I
what they
mean
want.
their beliefs, stuff like that.
I don't know. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
I
To
googled
really
it
give a
once, and I'll tell you
fair.
what, it was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know enough about it to give a fair statement.
And no offense to Andy or anybody else, we're not talking about Sky God. We're talking about Scientology. It's another religion.
You do realize that Christianity is not the only one that has a quote sky god, right?
No, you can actually look at paganism. They actually believe in the sun god, which is Sky God.
I think pagans actually have a sky god specifically too. Greek mythology has a sky god. Roman mythology has one. Islam has one. I mean, come on. This is kind of getting a little redundant. Hindu has dozens of them. Tao has them. I mean, the only one that doesn't would probably be Buddha because Buddha doesn't have a god.
Well, just like Satanists, they believe that Satan isn't really in hell. Most Satanists believe that he is God and that's it. They believe he's above.
Hey, Andy, I got a question for you. One religion question, if I can. I got one. I got one religious question for you. Give me 1 second. I got something to say here.
He said, sure. He's on YouTube, so I will show you through here. Y'all play Dad. How do you figure that, A-Rush? Chat's going hostile tonight. Holy shit. What the D&D not Dad, laugh my ass off. Oh, wow. Wow. Guys are going hostile tonight. Holy shit. I guess I took a wrong night to do a conspiracy theories podcast. Maybe we should switch it to Mondays where everybody is more active. Tuesdays, everybody's not this active.
Well, we'll be able to with football season running though.
Yeah, fair enough. What's up, Mom?
Thirsty. Come on, I'm watching one of Gerard Butler's movies. That's boring as hell.
Insidious really be the type to go and die a hill with a lead mask? No. No, not even close, my friend. Not even close. And Ghost, this one's for you. Feel free to answer.
What? Oh, same reason why Chief got his nickname. We're wrestling fans. When we were younger, we made wrestling characters, and that's what our nicknames were. And then I tried wrestling IRL when I was in the military, and that's what my screen name was. So,
Because he disappears in 3 seconds to take a shit.
you're funny.
That was
All
A-Rush,
right.
by the way. Sounds really badass. Oh, you're
All
a
right.
big
So here's your
reference.
Andy. Here's your question I got for you. I got it, Andy. I got a question for you. Here's your question. So I can prove that a God exists through science.
Why did you call me that? What do you mean?
I was talking to
A-Rush?
Andy.
Oh, I'm talking to A-Rush. He said, why'd you call me that? You talking about why I call you A-Rush or question? I'm confused about it.
All right. So would you believe in the Big Bang Theory? Like how the universe was created?
Oh,
No, it's a theory.
no.
Oh, I'm going to go with that.
Oh.
Cute.
You just.
All right. So Andy,
Oh, no.
that means the Big Bang means that you believe in it. Okay. So you believe in bang. All right, fair enough. Here's the thing. The Big Bang Theory would also suggest that space, time, and matter had an immediate beginning. The problem is the third law tells us that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and the first law tells us energy cannot be created or destroyed. So, because there was no reaction with the creation of the universe, and because energy can't be created, that means space, time, and matter and energy had to be created by something that transcends the laws of science, which would be a God.
I told you not to go there, and you went there.
He asked.
Oh.
He asked. We live in a simulation.
We live in the fucking Matrix. Live in a simulation. Take the red pill. Fight the machine.
Yeah, that's usually kind of the response I get when I bring that up because they know I got a good point.
This is conspiracy theories, not debate night. You know what? That should be
You
your new podcast.
I am. I'm going to make Ghost Debate Night, either Friday Night Debates or Friday Night Facts. I'm sick and tired of the fact that I can't bring up facts in this thing. So I am making another one.
This isn't.
Me? I don't know what y'all.
Hey, you got a good one here though. Somebody said you make a good point.
I know. I see that. Thank you.
And another one said based.
Based on scientific logic. I mean, you got two laws that tells you that energy cannot be created or destroyed. And you got a law that tells you each reaction has to have an opposite reaction. And there was no opposite reaction when the universe was created. So
Yes, we're both married.
yeah, we're both married. Oh my gosh. And serious, how much longer are we doing this? Because my dog is kind of going crazy.
Actually, I think we're about to wrap it up. I don't have anything else. We're just pretty much taking questions at the moment.
Just let me hold on, let me just let her out one.
Ghost is going ghost. This time not to crap, but to let his dog out.
Serious, would you
No.
cheat for $1 million?
No, not to each other. My wife's in front of me. His wife's at work. Weirdo.
No, it's what? No, I just it's just sent me a private message that he would cheat for $2 million.
What? What? No. You're all fucking out your mind.
Well, you did say you like
probably
my.
What did you say? You like about?
Oh, what does my shirt say? This is if prayer is a crime, I'll do the time. Okay, look, I'm a Christian. It's gonna happen.
No. You should read it for him. You should.
What?
He asked.
I did. It says if prayer is a crime, I'll do the time. That's what it says.
Yes. Hey, you say cool shirt?
Yeah, thanks.
You don't have to be so lame about it. Oh, thanks.
I'm not being lame, but we both know he's not a big Christian fan. But it's
Well,
all right.
maybe he's just never had anybody actually tell him or explain. It happens.
Y'all should have some merch like that.
No.
I don't.
No. Hello, do you hear how I talk, A Rush? You have gamed with me. What the hell is wrong with you?
To think, you know, of age,
I'd buy that shirt.
This is the thing. I have noticed, and this is our conspiracy or fact, and Citizen take it how he wants it, that if you are one of the five, you're not allowed to have an opinion in this country anymore. Christian, male, straight, white, or Republican.
Three. Okay.
Otherwise, you're called a bigot.
I
Or
call
you have
myself that.
Or you have a phobia.
A what?
A phobia.
Hey, I have a phobia.
No,
I have a phobia. I have a phobia of what?
No, they'll say that you have. No, they'll call you. They'll say that you have a bigot, or they'll say you have a phobia.
You already know, A Russian. I have a diet of cigarettes and Monster.
I mean, you can't. I mean, shit. You say that you only
Fuck
support.
off, bro.
You say. You say that you only support man and a woman.
It was one
being
time.
married.
Give me a fucking break.
You said it was a lot. You said
It
a
was
lot
one
of girls.
time.
What?
That's not what
Never
you
said
said
a
earlier.
lot.
What?
You said multiple. Thank you, A Rush. Thank you.
I will have to rewatch this because I'm pretty sure I didn't say multiple.
You have multiple people say that you did.
Multiple people tend to view him.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. I'm his wife. I need to know.
He says he
Yeah, that's
likes.
a
He
lie.
says he'll cheat on you with Maharishi babes.
What? No, I fucking didn't. Fucking dicks. Fucking dicks. Who's the girl? My wife.
His mistress.
You can kill him for that.
I will.
I love you. You know that.
His rib goes, so don't
A
go
Rush
there.
lives in Fairfield.
You did say they were smoking hot.
Back then, I don't know about today. We're talking about the Monorishi place. That was way before me and you got together.
Oh,
Men were
come
made
on.
of
You know I love you guys. You know I love
We're
you
made
guys.
to.
We weren't made to be. Well, here's the thing. You say if man and woman is the proper marriage, they'll say that you're a homophobe. So I'm saying. They'll say that you have a phobia. But, oh boy. But, and here's the thing. I don't care what people do behind closed doors. I really don't. I just care when people try to convince my
Hey,
mind
Russian,
about
you will
things.
have to watch last night's podcast. I have the opinion that I put up for Andrew Tate last night.
Oh man, I was laughing too hard.
I think you got him. Andrew Tate is a whole different breed.
No, I almost died from laughing too hard. Oh boy.
You'll have to watch that when I did it last night. Oh, what?
You didn't see that when it popped up the first time?
No,
Yeah, I saw it when it popped up the first time.
I didn't.
What was that, when, you know, the Bible say that women are
during
unclean.
their period, so I make my wife leave the house when it's her time.
Excuse me while I kill my husband. For
Um,
thinking it.
well, on that note,
Well, oh my God. Are we trying to get Insidious in trouble? I mean, I'm starting to wonder
Yep.
that. Yep.
oh fuck, guys.
Well, we should probably let Insidious go. He needs to be with his mistress before he goes to the Maharishi girls.
Ghost, you're gonna die. Instead.
You know I love you guys.
I know you do, but
And it's not me this time. Hey, Rush. Shut up. Fucking you, Bill.
All right. Look, I gotta get my wife in a couple minutes if she sees this. She's gonna kill me too. All right.
All right, guys. We will be back tomorrow. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do yet for tomorrow, so I will be doing some thinking on it.
All right. And with as you know, football season wrapping up, we'll still have a few more weeks. But we're going to be moving our football chat from Monday nights to Sunday nights. So since there's no more Monday Night Football, we'll just go. Oh boy. We'll talk next Sunday after the division games and championship games on our football streaming.
I'm done
continue with the conspiracy theories.
Fucking goes through this fucking 50 questions.
I'm
Should have been honest. Should have lied.
And I'm serious about starting another show about us. We can have more facts and not just opinions. So,
yeah.
Hugo, you're about to.
All right. So, well, good night.
Yeah, he didn't have any embarrassing moments not to lie about.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
All right, have a good night, y'all. I'm out.